What up? What up? What up? Y'all already know what this is, what it is, what it's always going to be. Now, I think it's time that we take a deep stroll in our minds just for a little bit. You done made it through the dates. You done made it through the calls, the late night texts, come on overs. You providing relationship level service, right? But now the understanding and the question comes to it. What are we? You gotta panic. If you like me back in the day, it'll be like we're hanging out, getting to know each other. We talking. We pushing things out. We looking at it from a different scope. We human beings. What are we? We human beings. We talking about that trap, man. The anxiety trap that steals your energy. Either you gonna label what y'all got going on or you gonna lose it. See, a lot of times people will sit here and they'll toy with your emotions and they'll play those games. I've done that quite a few times in my life. I've done it. I've done it quite a few times. I think it's just one of those things where sometimes you go through things and you go through emotions and you don't really know how to deal with them because you like being where you're at, but you're not sure where to go from here. You know what I'm saying? It gets confusing at times. I'll admit it. So here's where we are, right? Avoiding a label to keep other lower effort options open. Now, you see this a lot. You know how a lot of times people will sit here and pretend and play and act and go through things and keep you on this level because why are they gonna pay for the milk when they can get the cow for free, right? They doing everything in their power to keep you and be with you. And you know what I'm saying? They already feel like they got you stuck. They got you trapped. They with you. You know what I'm saying? When they tell you that we don't need a label, I like the things the way they are. I just need you. What they really mean is, I don't want to close the door on other possibilities. A lack of a title is a safety net for immaturity. And we talked about immaturity. You know, they are holding an entire roster of prospects. So they got a whole list. They got a man or a woman for everything that need to be done. So why limit themselves to one person when they have a bunch of people clawing and vying for an opportunity? You are giving away commitment benefits and they're maintaining market value. They seeing what they can get without being committed. You know what I'm saying? You are being used as a reliable option, not a permanent priority. Read the room. It's simple. If a person goes, I don't know, more than 6 months without committing to you, chances are they won't. They won't. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. They won't. They sticking around because you allow them to stick around. You know what I'm saying? Others, now here's where I play devil's advocate. You have others that have all the means and all the tools of wanting a relationship, but that fear of failure is right there. You know what I'm saying? That fear of failure. They will definitely feel like they failed. Labels come with accountability. All right. If y'all in a relationship and you break up, that has a failure that you have to explain in your next situation. If you're just chilling, there's no explanation needed for that because y'all didn't have a title to begin with. So there's no explanation to, you don't come and tell people, listen, so what happened in your last? Oh man, we was just chilling. It wasn't nothing serious. There's no explanation needed for that. But now, if there is a title and there is, you got to put accountability on that. A lot of times people will fear the emotional weight of a commitment and the risk of a loss. Oh man, I put everything I had into you, everything I wanted into you, everything I needed into you. And then we broke up. And then it's like everything that I put in just was for nothing. So they keep the relationship small to minimize the fallout. No commitment, no feelings, no heartbreak. Real simple. This is a fear that shows a lack of maturity, though, to hold adult movements. It happens, even though they don't want to risk the success. They don't feel like it's worth taking that success and running with it. So they prevent the progress because as long as y'all are sitting here, y'all going through things, then, they don't have to hold you responsible, and it gets like that. I've seen it. I've done it. I've kept people at bay that probably would have been good for me, but because I wasn't ready, I didn't want it to fail. We might have been the best of friends. You know what I'm saying? We might have been best friends and it didn't work. Jay Christian, what up, my guy? What's up, Benita? How you doing? I think a lot of times people they hold on to things that they don't necessarily want to hold on to, but because of the fact that if I let you go and somebody else gets you and builds up and takes what I worked so hard to get, now I done fucked up. Right? I fucked up because here I am trying my best with you. And although I don't want to commit to you right now, it's just like I don't want to ruin a good thing. If everything that we got going on is good and we getting along and we ain't got no issues, sometimes a title will complicate that. You know what I'm saying? It will complicate. I've seen it where everything is going so good. You don't want to screw that up by putting a title on it because now that added pressure, you know what I'm saying, makes it difficult. That's added pressure now because you don't want to screw up. You got a good thing going on, but you don't want to screw it up. So now adding a title, a label, whatever you want to call it, will make it a little bit more difficult. Sometimes people will settle for a relationship that delivers 80% of commitment for 0% of the effort. You know what I'm saying? People love what you do. They don't necessarily love you. They love what you do. They love the consistency. They love the sex. They love the effort that you bring. But they don't love or want to change their life for you. They have the benefits of a commitment without the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get caught up in that. You are providing a premium service for a bargain bin price. And I get it. It's too good to be true. Oh my God, this is incredible. Like, you're doing everything that I want you to do and we don't have to commit. Oh man, this is beautiful. Yes, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Hell yeah. It complicates the fuck out of shit. Sometimes you have people that you will catch them in the phase that they're not ready. And sometimes it takes years for them to finally swing around the block and feel like, okay, you know what? I'm ready now. Now I'm ready for something real. And you might be dodging a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Because 5 years ago when you was pursuing this situation, they might not have been ready. Hell, you might not have been ready. You might have ended up getting hurt. But 5 years fast forward, they're now ready. They're matured. They've went through some shit. They've learned some shit. They've went through some lessons. And now, they're ready. A lot of people You know, the trap in this situation is your fault. If you keep providing wifely duties and husband duties for hangout status, like we just chilling, we just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times my whole agenda is I'm not going all out for somebody that I'm just kicking it with. You know what I'm saying? I don't see progression in that. But now if I like you, and you will know this, if I like you, I'm gonna go extremely hard for you. I'm not gonna half-ass. I'm not coming in with 1 foot forward. Nah, man, I'm going extremely hard for the situation, because at the end of the day, if I don't, then I gotta sit here and watch the next motherfucker go hard for you. And now it'll feel like we having a competition. And I don't like competitions because I don't like to lose. I am a sore loser. You take something from me, I'm liable to punch you in your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to not want to lose. So in order to avoid a competition, you get out here and you put your best foot forward and you do what you're supposed to do. You do it right the first time. You ain't got to worry about who's doing what and what they're doing and who else wants you and who's in your line and who else trying to get to know you. You don't got time to worry about that. You do what you're supposed to do off bat, and then everything else, the universe will work itself out, and it'll work for you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, anytime that I try to talk to somebody, I always tell them, I'm not worried about what the next motherfucker is doing. It's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm spending too much time worried about what the next person is doing when I could be sitting here worried about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let other people set the bar for me when it comes to dating and all that shit. I set my own bar. I'm not sitting here going back and forth about who you talking to and what y'all doing and what y'all got going on. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you do that, you devaluing yourself. You devaluing your own product. You know what I'm saying? You devaluing your own product, and you making yourself feel like you inadequate. So as long as you focusing on what you're doing, you'll be all right. They also tell you that titles don't matter. They'll say that shit. Only actions do. Nah, fuck that. You ain't gonna keep me in the dark. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna play me like I'm one of those. They'll tell you, labels don't mean anything, but the label is proof of the commitment. It tells the world and it tells your exes, their exes, that this territory is claimed and secured. The title isn't for Instagram. I've never been an Instagram, Facebook relationship kind of guy. It's for my security. It's for your security. If you're not planning on trying to give me a title or showing me any type of effort that's what we working towards to, I'm basically being signaled that you ready to disappear without explanation. And nah, we not doing it. I need, the title is the receipt. Straight up. You need that. You need that reassurance. That's an extra reassurance. All bullshit aside, you got about 6 weeks. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like 6 weeks is enough time for us to decide, and it's non-negotiable for me. I don't know how long it is for anybody else, but 6 weeks is enough for me. It's enough to know we either serious or we not. We either what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't big on having a what are we conversation, because I feel like in 6 weeks, I've shown you enough to know exactly what it is we doing. And I've been in modes where I'm going to tell you off bat, like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting 6 weeks. If I'm feeling something and I'm liking you, I'm not waiting 6 weeks. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not waiting 6 months either. It's a lot of people out here waiting 6 months. I'm not doing it. All right. 6 weeks is max for me. By the 6th week, you will know if you want to proceed. The conversation will be short, firm, and non-negotiable. All right. Do you see a future with me? Do I see a future with you? I need a title. We need a label. What are we doing? Where do we stand? If they need more than 48 hours to answer, that's your answer. And that's a no. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh yeah, it's on Facebook. It's always on Facebook. Styles, what up? It's on Facebook. It's on my page. Yeah, they got 6 weeks. I'm not finna play with you. 6 weeks is enough time to know what are we doing. I ain't gonna hold you. Real shit. I'm not even gonna play with you. Not in the least bit. You know what I'm saying? You take more than 48 hours. I done already moved on to the next, if that's the case. Some people do have an exit clause, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Some people will deflect, and they'll have an action plan for the lack of the title. If they hit you with let's just see where this goes. Let's give it time and see where it goes. Or I don't like labels. I don't like titles, then you need to have your exit strategy ready. Because I could tell you right now, and it might change. They might change, and it might be something that sparks their mind, and it might change. But if you got the mindset, if you come through the door and you let it be known, like, I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for something serious, and they play the field with you on some, let's just see where it goes. Let's just see what we come up with. Nah, fuck that. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm about this day and age, this big grown age of me. I'm about commitment. I wish you well, but I need to move on. I ain't gonna argue with you. It's not a fight. We gonna execute that strategy with dignity. You are at that point terminating the contract that doesn't honor your worth. And it be like that. It be like that. You know how many times you done got with somebody and felt like, oh man, they the one. And then down the line, you realize they are not the one. They are not the one. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? They are not the one. And it goes like that. Every time you pick somebody or somebody pick you, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna work out forever. Now, it might. I know a lot of people who fall in love, who are quick to get with people and it works, and it, you know what I'm saying? I've get it. I've also seen people who get in relationships, pretend that that's what they want until they find what they really want. And I've also seen people get into relationships with people just to make the next person jealous, or just because they into it with the next person, now they're interested in you. I've seen it. I've seen that shit. I live that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. There's been plenty of times that people will get with other people just to make people mad. They will, and they don't even really want that. But they want to make them feel, yeah, 6 weeks. You got 6 weeks. And even that's even being nice, because I done told people in 3-4 days, hey, listen, you mine. We ain't even finna even play these games. Like, and it has worked out, and then sometimes it hasn't. But I don't be having time to play. Like when I was 21, 22, 25. Yeah. I played them games all the time. Oh, we in a relationship? No, we not. But I'm gonna let you think we are. No, we not. I'm not playing them games. Now, 39 in a week? No, sir. What we doing? I ain't finna keep going back and forth with people about no type of nothing. What are we doing? Because if you ain't serious about me, if you don't show me that you serious, then somebody else will. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been with people who weren't serious until they seen that somebody else was serious. Now all of a sudden, oh, we serious now. Oh, okay, cool. Been there too. And when you come with your exit strategy, right? The moment you walk away, you show them two things. One, You respect your time. I respect my time more than anything. And two, you believe that you will find better, because playing games ain't never been my thing. I be trying to tell people this. At this point in my life, I'm not playing with you. Like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not beefing with you. We not fighting. We not getting into it. I'm not doing the toxic games. I'm not doing none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You believe you'll find better. And if you walking away and you truly believe that you'll find better, you'll find better. You know what I'm saying? Self-worth is everything. Nowadays, people don't have enough self-worth, and they stick in situations because that might be the only thing that they know. But then when you get out here and you think that you found better and you really didn't find better, you're going to end up back here in the first place. And hopefully you got a fresher mindset that you actually want to deal with this person. I've seen that shit. And I've sat back and let people go out in the world and test the waters and feel like, oh, I can do better than you. And then they don't do better than me, and then they come back. Like, what are we doing? I'm not doing that game either. Like, I'm not doing that. Real shit. I'm not. Once I feel like you want to spread your wings and you feel like it's better out there, I pray and I hope and I wish I don't even have no hating bone in my body. Make it worth it. Make it worth it. And I hope you know how to swim when you burn that bridge. Because the moment that you burn that bridge, ain't no help you build that shit back up. Nah, Chief, swim on back over there the way you thought you just came from. Because I don't want it. Ain't no trying to build something after you done played me and left. Nah, we ain't doing that. We not doing that. Don't be afraid to leave a relationship you're afraid to lose. What I mean by that is, yes, in a perfect world, you want to keep that. You want to keep that. You don't want to lose that. But the fear of, starting over again is your biggest anchor. You need to cut that shit loose. If ain't nobody good for you, if that person ain't good for you, that person just ain't good for you. Don't sit here and try to love the red flags out of somebody if you know. Or don't sit here and let somebody try to love the red flags out of you and you know you ain't ready. Seen that too. Then you gotta think about it. Don't come in demanding the title either. You gotta have them get used to it. You can't come in and just be like, look, what are we doing? Well, you can't do that. You gotta give them a reason on why you want the title. Why you need clarity on that. Because does it protect your feelings? Communicate exclusivity to the outside world, and it shows that you're serious. It shows that you're serious. When you define, I'm coming in with a plan, not a plea. I'm not waiting around for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So at this point in my life, I got a plan. Like, I really got a plan with how I want relationships to go. How I want my shit to go is gonna go totally different than the last relationship. It's gonna go totally different than the relationship before that and the relationship before that, because you're building experience. You're building things that you didn't necessarily see, and a lot of times clarity is everything. I want you to be clear with me. Don't play with me. And once I see that you serious, then now we got a chance to do something here. We got a chance. So we gonna run with it. A title or label is a sign of respect and accountability. All right? They won't give you the title. They ain't ready. They're not ready to pay that price of commitment. And this is the point where they started thinking that your worth is up for negotiation, and it's not. Y'all got to stop dating potentials and start claiming partners. You know what I'm saying? Like, potential can only get you so far. You got to actually start gaining partners. Fuck potential. I ain't gonna hold you. The explanation for all of this is very simple. The only thing you lose when you walk away from a situation that you know has no future is confusion. All right. The person who refuses to label, to give you a title is the one that's keeping their options open. You elevated past that. So what you need is, you deserve a partner who is proud to claim you publicly and privately. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely time to stop letting fear manage your future. Label your worth and stop letting them downgrade your commitment and tell you what you feel you deserve. All right? Your future and your present peace depends on the clarity that you demand today. Like, you demand that shit. So with that being said, man, listen, get up, go find who you want. Let that man love you. Let that woman love you. And y'all love each other and build something unbreakable. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you dealing with a good woman and a good man, people will notice. People will definitely notice. And they will be definitely licking at their choppers for an opportunity. Pay attention to that. Y'all already know what it is with me. January 10th, we are live. We are live. We are live. We're going live. We in the building. We live. Details coming on that soon. I take this shit personal with a lot of shit that goes on in my life. Y'all already know what it is. I see y'all sooner than y'all think. I'm out.